So first question. Please describe one routine day of the ecotourism operations. Yeah.
Okay, so medyo magkaiba kami because what we do with Kultura Camp is we partner with them, and then the setup is, it's like we buy their tours and then we input our sort of touches on it. So for Kultura Camp, what will happen is it's not just going up the mountains. We input cultural aspects. For example, there's cultural night. Our camps are overnight. So there's cultural night, istoryahan. It's basically what yung or tradition is. So we share stories with them, with our guides, sila Mang Johnny, and then in the hopes of our participants hearing about how their culture was like before it was changed or before the drastic changes that happened. So, ganun siya. And then we also have herbal remedies, for example, and then bird watching. We also included, we have this other camp, jungle survival.
Yeah.
So the community will teach our participants kung ano yung ways nila before of hunting, gathering, or yung warrior ways nila.
So the participants can choose or can opt to choose like which activities they want to participate in. Or it's like a package.
Well, it's a package. One's the nature camp, one's the jungle survival. This is for Kultura Camp. Pero other people go there and then nakapag-guide lang sila. Kasi there are 6 mountains surrounding the community. So nakapag-guide lang sila. Because you're required to have a guide from how I understand. You're required to have one from their community to guide you when you hike up the mountain.
I see.
So, usually, ganun lang ginagawa ng tao. Hike, and then kainan na, tapos yun, baba na.
Okay. So are there days when like the United Guidance would improvise like with regards to activities? Or it's like always organized talaga?
No. Our experience with cultural camps is that it's very, it doesn't have a set itinerary. Even if we do have suggested activities, it will change depending on what's available in the community or what we can do. Kasi, for example, sa other 2 communities namin, we have other 2 communities. It will change depending on the schedule of the community. Kila Mang Johnny naman, it will change depending on what they want to share at that moment. So our program is very flexible.
Oh, I see. So, do community members actually participate in the activities?
The past camp we did was yung Pag-Aadito Festival. It was the festival where they summon their ancestral spirits, and then they it was a celebration, and also it was a chance for them to invite yung isang ancestral spirit na matagal na nilang hindi nakaka-interact. So, what happened there was the entire community was involved, and then we brought in some participants that we knew were sensitive enough. So, ito, kasi medyo special camp siya. So, we talked to groups that we knew understood what we were doing. So, we brought them there. Then, we celebrated with the community for 3 days. 2 days na lang. 2 days, and then, we participated in their rituals. We prepared the food that they needed, so ganun siya. So it's the entire community plus the participants.
Okay.
So yun yung setup.
So, what's this? But under normal circumstances, like kung walang festival or something.
Kung walang festival, it's usually the guide. Mga 2 or 3 yan, depending on the size of the group. They will, sa 4-month ng camp, they're forced to interact. Kasi kung kunyari hike lang, without cultural camp, usually, we interview them, usually it will happen is that kanya-kanya ng tulugan, sa amin, we force them to interact. Not forced, but we set it up in such a way that's easier for them to interact. Tapos, we also involve, kunyari, yung wives ng guides. Kasi sila nagluluto.
Okay.
So,
I see. So, in your perception, does the local community benefit from the project?
from our
Yeah,
from specifically our program, we think so because we did this in 2 communities already, and we've seen having improvements, but we've seen parang what do you call this? We've seen how they're more proud to share about their culture because someone's listening this time, compared to when no one was interested. So that's what we saw in our two communities, and that's what we're trying to do with the Abilings. Because the Abilings are very well, compared to our other two communities, mas vocal sila. They know how to conduct themselves better now. So sa kanila, it's easier actually. We just bring participants in, and sila mismo, they're ready to share already. So for us, the benefit comes in bringing people to understand their culture, that's the main problem that we're trying to address, yung lack of understanding of indigenous cultures.
I see. So, sorry. So who are the partner organizations for this, for at least for the UGAT project?
Okay. I'm not sure for the UGAT. Because they can freely partner with anyone. Like for us, they partnered with us. I think they have other partners like parang meron artist group, meron din mountaineering group. I'm not so familiar with the others.
Okay. So, but usually like the nature of these partnerships, parang how do they work?
It depends on what your program is. For example, kami Kultura Camp, we do camps, we sell camps. So, we bring people there. For the, I think mountain, hindi ko alam kung Loyola yun. Basta isang mountaineering group, they bring their members there, tapos they go hiking there, ganun siya. So, it depends on the nature of the organization.
So how does the group decide on how to allocate the proceeds of the program?
Okay, so the proceeds of the program is, since we're buying camps from them, every participant pays them also. So parang siya profit sharing. We basically, we buy their camp. So meron silang fixed cost per person, which we ask them kung tama naman. They agreed na okay naman. Actually, mas mataas kami than the rates they're giving. We made sure na mas mataas kami. For example, if it's 500 per head per group sa kanila, we do it 500 per head. So medyo malaki yung difference. And then that one, we turned it over to Mang Johnny, yung vice chairman, and then I think he leads the UGAT. He's the most vocal from the UGAT members. So we turn it over to him. They spend it on whatever they think is best for the community. They needed funding for the Mag-Anita Festival kasi it was parang 5 days of celebration. So they needed funding for those 5 days. And yung unang funding doon, kinuha from our program. So what they earned from our program, they used it for that.
So if you don't mind me asking, what's the average rate of visitors per month? Average rate of visitors.
Okay. So recently we had to stop actually yung camps namin kasi we had to fix our first two communities. Kasi
you had to stop the ones in UGAT?
Because we had to take care of our first two communities. Medyo nagka-problem kami logistically because our first two communities were close to the Air Force base. So yung schedule ng Air Force, medyo nagka-problema doon. So this, usually we bring seven per camp. And for Kultura Camp kasi, we have 3 different communities. So, hindi siya lahat napupunta sa UGAT. Hindi siya lahat napupunta sa UGAT. So, kasi may 2 other communities kami. So, I can't say an average a month. Pero, this summer, we're focusing on the Abilings. We have 2 camps. We have 1 camp ng March, and then another ng May.
Also, usually like camps are scheduled like far from each other.
Yes. Kasi we realized na pagka masyado sila magkakalapit, the people spread out, and it's hard to break even.
I see.
So kami naman yung nagsisuffer.
So usually per camp, like it averages like 7 people.
Yes, our maximum is 15.
I see, I see. So, is the parang the trend of the number of visitors, is it increasing or decreasing sa past before you stop?
Before we stopped, it's increasing actually because we partner with a lot of bloggers. They really pull in
I see, I see.
participants. And we started dealing with students from schools who want their students to be immersed.
So, are there any environmental consequences brought about by the project? Like the one in Ugat?
The one in Ugat. So, well, I can't say for the other projects na Ugat, but for Cultural Camp, we practice the leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but photos. So that's what we practice. So as to minimize whatever we bring into the community or whatever harm we can possibly bring in. So that's what we do.
So, please describe how the group markets the ecotourism project to the possible clients outside the community.
Okay. So actually, ang role nga namin dito is basically marketing because they have the programs ready. We just add kunyari kung anong mga cultural aspects, we just add a bit. We market through Route 63. We've partnered with them before, and then we also have a website. More online. We also contact them. We work with groups who have similar advocacies of ours, like Kamusta Magazine, Route 63, and then we also contact yung past clients. We had clients from schools. We contact them again. We say, no, we have upcoming camps. And we also work with Jacob Menz, a really good photographer. His focus is indigenous communities in the Philippines.
I see, I see. So, do you face any problems in utilizing the natural resources in San Jose?
The natural,
Yeah, natural resources.
utilizing them. And parang
Like from what I understand, like, kunyari, you need like certain resources for activity or something like that.
Well, again, our activities are flexible. So if it's not available, we inform our clients na beforehand kasi we inform our clients na okay, this is the suggested itinerary. But since it's not like your usual camp or your usual tour, we will have to adjust because it's community-based tourism. So what the community can offer, that's what we'll take.
Yeah.
So in terms of limitations, it's not much of a problem. Siguro yung pinaka-struggle lang is having the participants understand. Now we can't enforce or we can't demand. Because usually the mindset is we paid, so we're expecting this. That's the usual consumer mindset. So,
Which is understandable.
yeah.
I see. So, how would you compare this the one in San Jose, to other popular attractions located within the area, like Mount Pinatubo or the Recreation Center?
For cultural camp, what we really strive for is experiential tourism. One that focuses on something deeper than just seeing or, for example, going up a mountain. We want your experience to be of growth for you.
Okay.
So from our perspective, we want you to be able to take home a newfound understanding of what indigenous culture is, of who the indigenous people are. Because usually we know them of what? From books lang.
Yeah.
Ako, I knew about them from sections in Miriam, grade 7 sections, Manobo, ganyan lang siya. 7 Manobo, 7 ganyan. Like, but I didn't understand who they were. We want our participants to have the same understanding that we had when we had to immerse in their community.
Okay.
So that's what we're communicating sa
So, last question. So, overall, do you think that this project is sustainable? And also, please elaborate na lang on your personal definition of sustainability.
Okay. Well, Cultural camp in particular, I can speak for cultural camp. It's a social enterprise. So basically, we have a problem we've identified and we use our knowledge on business to address that problem to make it precisely to make it sustainable. So for us, sustainability is answering a problem that doesn't have to rely on chance. It has to be self sufficient. So for us, the answer really is business because the beauty of business is it creates wealth. So the wealth you can use again to sustain what you're running for or what you're pushing
It's in a
for.
cycle.
Yes, it's a cycle. So for us, it's a beauty of social entrepreneurship. Actually, it's easier to ask for money for donations than looking for consumers who will want to spend 3,000 in a weekend of roughing it up. So medyo mas challenging siya because it's new. It's a new concept in the Philippines.
Okay.
So, but a lot of people want to donate. We've had to decline actually. Some people who want because we want to make it across. No, they don't. It's not the financial aspect that they need. It's the understanding that they're looking for. The communities we work with. So, for us, that's sustainable. We want to address um, discrimination, which springs from not being able to understand who the indigenous peoples are. So our answer is, for you to understand someone, you will have to get to know them at some level. So there has to be some exposure. So our answer is that's the avenue for you to get to know them. And then to make it sustainable is we make it into a camp, into a tour that you have to pay for so that you can experience the wonderful things that they can offer to you. And then it goes back.
So do you see this camp being sustainable in the near future?
Hopefully, it's our thesis. So
Yeah.
in paper it is sustainable, but yeah, it's not easy. But if we follow what we learned in Ateneo as
Yeah.
management students, I think it can naman.
Okay.